Well, I honestly think they've been drafting fine in both games. So
yeah. Okay, so the draft is
who plays better.
All right, well, we'll find out. Game 2, Empire. Can they tie it up, or is Vici Gaming going to run away with the 2-0?
Allow to get mobile on the map.
He's strong versus Spirit Breaker as well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's good against both the supports as well, because those aren't inherently tanky supports. And I actually think Bloodseeker isn't terrible against Storm, because in some ways, if your entire team is low and the Bloodseeker can just right-click you out of the fight, then it's probably not too bad.
All right. Well, of course, we want to welcome in everybody who's joining us now on the main stream. Vici Gaming facing up against Team Empire. Game number 2 going to be casted by myself, Dota Capitalist, as well by Blitz, who is a Storm Spirit master. So as the laning phase is about to come to fruition here, and we're not going to be seeing any fighting over bounty runes, at least doesn't seem like it, Blitz, drop them 7k knowledge bombs. How does this go between Bloodseeker and Storm Spirit?
I've only played this matchup like 5 times. I think, especially with the new Bloodseeker. I don't even play Storm that much. Only like 350 games or something like that.
So I hype up your incredibly good Storm Spirit analysis, and you lead with, I've only played this matchup 5 times.
Yeah, well, because Bloodseeker in general isn't really a mid-hero that you see often.
No.
But I think this is in response to what everybody's showing. But if Resolution gets this bounty rune, he should be fine, because he's going to bring himself a salve, is what I would imagine. Yeah, he's doing that right now. And then the key here is that Bloodseeker, though, is so dangerous, because if your offlane gets low or your safe lane gets slow at all, like one of the supports gets traded off, then the Bloodseeker just runs at you and you can't really do much. Like, even the Remnant's not going to deter you very much. And so I think that's part of the reason why you can get away with doing this dual lane, right? Because you want to keep that top lane as full to HP as possible. And if you notice that Super's gone for both a Quelling Blade and a Poor Man's Shield, so it's really hard for the Storm to deny him very much. So what you actually have to do is, whenever Resolution has a chance, you can't just right-click the Bloodseeker non-stop, because you're not going to trade efficiently, because he'll just CS in front of your face. But the key is that you have to actively deny, and in the time period where Super can't get CS or denies, you have to right-click him as much as possible. Like, you notice that Resolution is moving up on him constantly, and now he's going to Remnant, and he's forcing him away. You see that?
Yep.
And so Super now is in a position where he doesn't have enough HP to fight against this.
Oh my god, he's almost going to die here.
Storm has terrible move speed, but you notice that is that every single time, instead of going for one or the other, he pushes up with the wave, and it makes it difficult for Super to do what he wants, which is just sit in the middle of the wave. So now he has to ferry himself regen, and now there's going to be a full wave or two where Resolution can pretty much do whatever he wants, and once you get the bottle with Storm Spirit, you're pretty much dandy in this lane. Like, you can actually kill the Bloodseeker at a pretty reasonable time.
Yeah, this is a very momentum-based 1 versus 1, right? Like, once somebody gets a slight edge on the other, like, for example, the Storm Spirit with that last play damaging the Bloodseeker and bringing him low, he's then able to just aggressively push him out of lane, and the Bloodseeker can't rely. Now, bottom lane, Silent's going to be dropping low, will end up going down for the first blood. Winter Wyvern and the Undying. We're already putting so much pressure on this Ember Spirit, but now they're able to pick up an early kill on him. Good setup for Vici Gaming already, it seems, for
Super's
some
dead.
of their lanes, but... Yep, Super going to be run out. Resolution finds that one, so even up that kill score 1-1.
That's even more significant as a mid laner. Then you don't really care if you get first blood or not, but the fact that you're able to solo kill the enemy mid means you're going to get a full level and experience over him, and you'll just get boots faster at the same time. And so that's probably even more worth it than getting the first blood is for Vici Gaming.
The charge comes out. Fenrir. 17%. Fenrir gets bashed one time.
No, he's
a
not gonna
second
get bashed
time will
again.
ensure the kill.
Ice Frog.
Another right click. That's all they really need. Fenrir trying to juke his way through the trees, but they don't even need the bash. They get 2 more right clicks, and that will ensure the death. And Hao's now going to be pushed away by Yoki. Of course, the Bloodseeker is getting advantage out of Always Want to Fly being quite low. In fact, Hao, whoa, there comes a quick bash out. Hao, he's got to be real careful here. He has to make the blink away, but now the charge is there. Hao, he's done for. Another right click, and of course, the bash to finish things off. It wasn't even needed, but Yoki likes to end things on style here as he gets a double kill. Back over to the middle lane, we watch Super drop quite low, as again, he just misses out on one of those right clicks and takes that remnant damage, and he's immediately dropping to very low HP.
The thing that's scary about the Bloodseeker, this is like the last thing I want to say about the matchup, because I don't want to just give an introductory course to playing mid, but every single time that Super misses a CS and he's in that position, it pretty much puts him within the kill threshold of the Storm Spirit, so he has to be really careful.
Yeah,
every single time he comes up.
Yeah, pretty much every single time he goes for a Blood Rage and challenges the Storm Spirit when he remnants down in order to get that CS, he cannot afford to miss that CS. Otherwise, he's going to be in some serious trouble. His resolution is the silence has already been laid out. Super is able to run him down. Another right click, bottle up, resolution. He's good for one more. FY finally is able to get the kill and will be able to survive on top of that. FY gets away and now makes it a clean 3-3. Notice also that FY chose to go for the 2 levels of Arctic Burn very early on and not a level of Cold Embrace. Very offensive build by him.
Yeah, I think going for that is just overall better right now in this situation because he's trying to get aggressive on all the lanes and he wants to help out Super. He has to. In this type of situation where you're just leaving your Bloodseeker to try to catch up by himself, it's never going to happen because there's 0 kill potential from Super on the Resolution. If Resolution gets ruptured, then he'll just roll away.
Right.
And the silence will never hit. So he has to go before Resolution hits level 6. And Resolution has been playing really aggressively in this lane because he's trying to establish dominance. So it's just such a good play by FY to come at that timing. And he might even hit another really sick timing if he goes right now before Resolution actually hits this level 6. Because he needs these 2 creeps. Of course, there's 0 way for him to know that, but this isn't actually going to succeed because he's about to hit 6 off of these 2.
Yeah, so Resolution is good now. FY, knowing that, will now return back to the bottom lane where they may still be able to find an opening against that Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I think this is the correct play, just to apply as much pressure as you can to Silent. And this is the strength of Undying as a hero because you can pretty much put him with any support and you can contest. And Ember's already a hero that doesn't really have the best stats, so this might actually mean Silent's going to go down again. He has no idea about the invis.
Double
Tombstone's dropped too.
Oh, they're going to be able to catch him. The kinetic field trying to give Silent enough room. The zombies are still chasing him down. Good shot, Grave from Always Want to Fly, and Silent will survive as he gets both health potioned and a nice little heal out. They're quick to be able to stop Super. He tries to take advantage of that low HP hero by immediately rupturing up Resolution. Resolution just runs himself away, and Ball Lightnings as well. Bottom lane, the action, yep, they're going to be able to get the Glens back on FY. They immediately try and target him. Ice, knowing that he doesn't have a Tombstone, is not going to be able to really threaten the supports that much. Well, he gets one, and maybe he'll get a second one.
2.
Always Want to Fly. He's going to be dove down into Decay, gets it. Double kill for Ice, and now Super's here as well. He doesn't have a Rupture. Silent does not have a Remnant either, as he's only level 4, but it seems the chains was enough to stop Super's aggression.
This is pretty sick by Empire as well. If you notice that both of their supports carried around salves, like everyone's carrying around salves so that the Bloodseeker doesn't just run at them at supersonic speed, and it's a pretty good play, but Fenrir might be in trouble here if Resolution decides to go on this, and yeah, he's charged.
There is no way he gets away from this one with both Resolution and Yoki right there in Fenrir. No help really around whatsoever. So a free pick off for them, 5-5. Very even game number 2 so far. Anyway, is any team really picking up an advantage outside of the kills? It seems Vici Gaming slight one in both experience and gold. Where's that really coming from? Is it just the? It seems to be the Undying. The big change-up factor is the Spirit Breaker Dazzle can't put the same kind of pressure on Silent to slow him down. As you can see, already the pressure's there as Silent is now dealing with Tombstone and double slows out from the Winter Wyvern. Again, zombies trying to chase him down. They need the heal desperately, but Always Want to Fly. Just a bit too late on that TP. And now Aloha Dance is the one who needs some trouble, but Ice has overextended himself. Dies as he dives into that Tier 1 tower, and Aloha Dance will be okay. Health potions up, and the Bloodseeker is not on his way this time around.
Yeah, he had 700 move speed at one point, and so you're definitely seeing why they opted to go for the salves, but at the same time, Super's still heading down here, and one hit will pretty much drag them into red territory, and he should go at around more than haste, and so FY is going to... Doesn't have the mana for this, but they can definitely dive if they want to.
Oh, they're very stuck. That Silent's going to be able to hit Aloha Dance in the background. Always Want to Fly is dropped low. There is the charge out. Yoki's actually been ruptured up. He doesn't seem to care, though. He completes his charge against FY, but now he's going to pay for it. He's surrounded by 3 different heroes. Good Shadow Wave, but that's not going to be anywhere near enough. Vici Gaming pick up yet another kill. The Resolution was on his way, but he realizes that without the Spirit Breaker, they can't really force this fight, nor should they anyway. It's up against an Undying. That hero is notorious for being able to win 10-minute fights.
Yeah, there's actually no reason for him to go down there, because at the same time, he doesn't have enough mana. He actually varies himself a Clarity, which I'm a pretty big fan of, because you don't want to have to bottle crow at this phase of the game, but you also want to be able to participate in fights.
Man, they do not stop trying to shut down Silent. He is just wanting to pick up his level 6. He's just like Storm Spirit in that regard, in that before he picks up level 6, he's very susceptible to ganks, and Vici Gaming are putting all the pressure on him, and Empire aren't even getting a good trade-off. Like, Vici Gaming are 5-manning down this bottom lane, but because the Resolution keeps on hesitating between bouncing back and forth between bottom lane and middle, he's not actually farming up the middle lane, and nobody is farming up that top lane. So Vici Gaming are getting free kills and a free tower with no trade-off, seemingly.
If Resolution had just farmed during that entire time, he would have been about 450 gold more in net worth than everybody else, and that would have been worth it. But this ward alone just ruined them, and that ward actually spotted the ward going down for them, so they're probably going to grab a sentry. I'd imagine it's flying in on the courier, yes. And so this ward has served two functions. It stopped 2 ganks from Resolution, because as soon as he started moving down, they went away. They have to have some knowledge that it's there, and they're going to get the D ward off of this. So now they've just lost complete control of their jungle, and they've lost their carry multiple times. And so now Resolution, a lot comes down to him. He actually has to have a phenomenal game, because the rest of his lanes just haven't succeeded enough. There's just been a little bit too much pressure from this Undying.
Bounty Rune, and it seems Resolution is going to try and use that bottle refill to shut down Hao here in this top lane. He TP'd up to try and farm, but he knows that there's a good chance that he can very easily be soloed out between the Spirit Breaker having his level 6 and Storm Spirit being missing from that middle lane. The rest of Vici Gaming are actually now coming to counter any potential aggression against Hao, but it seems Empire not going to be taking the bait. 2 of their heroes have already run back.
Yeah, they should just get out, because nobody's at bottom. This ward alone keeps Silent feeling relatively safe. The mid gank is kind of pointless, right? Because nobody showed themselves mid. So it's just a process of elimination, where they just assume that they have to be at that top lane, especially since Hao's been pushing out this wave. And now that all 4 members are going to show themselves, I think the correct move is Resolution goes mid, Silent splits up bottom as much as they can, and then just farm out the jungle as often as you can. Like, if I'm Resolution here, put as much pressure as I can mid, wait for the TPs to come, and then just rotate to the jungle.
Already a TP is coming in, though, from the Winter Wyvern, so it seems like Vici Gaming are actually going to defend this Tier 1 tower and take the top one at the same time. As FY, especially over this copse of trees, is going to be able to get in a position for really early Winter's Curse to set things up. But he's actually just trying to throw things down. Now goes for the Winter's Curse. Resolution held in, and a Silence gets laid down. A Tombstone is unable to be dropped. Aloha Dance is going to start running himself back. Fenrir's the target of Yoki's aggression as he charges straight forward. Now pops the ultimate, trying to go and lock down Super. As Resolution comes forward, they're trying to get the last bit of damage on Super, who's super fast, and he will be able to get away from Empire as the low HP heroes give him enough move. Oh, Silent even came in for a remnant, but not able to get it. It's on the side. Hauk makes his introduction, able to get at least the Spirit Breaker. Always want to fly. Very smart. Shallow Grave and TPL.
Yeah, not a bad trade, actually, because they don't lose too much off of that. I think they killed Fenrir and they traded out Yoki, but he's not that integral to this game. It's more important that Silent just catches up in whatever way he can, because he's sitting at a pretty abysmal 36 CS. He's got 3 deaths. You can't really blame him, though, because of the type of lane that he was against. And things are looking pretty bad for Empire, but Resolution still has the highest net worth in the game, which is pretty reassuring. And at the same time, one of the high net worths on the enemy team is Ice 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 playing this Undying, and so you're not too worried about it. Because remember when Vega had the overfarmed Undying? Like, the net worth doesn't translate as well as other heroes.
Sure. Undying is going to go for that added utility, which is pretty usual for an Undying. He picks up not only the Arcane Boots, but will be going for the mech. Inevitable Guardian Greaves, but usually you have some couple other items picked up before you complete the set. FY,